Hello everyone, my name is Chance Brunton and welcome back to Zero Escape Virtue's Last Reward. I'm joined once again by Tyler.
Hello.
We are currently in the pantry on the Go with Luna and Betray Luna route, taking us through the red door for the second set of chromatic doors. And we have just completed the pantry puzzle, so we will be moving on to see what comes after that, leading up to the next AB game. Just as a quick note, I wanted to say something that I realized when I was editing through some of the previous footage. I caught some lines that I had kind of glazed over at first. Mm-hmm. And I think now that Temioji actually knows Clover very well from before all of this. But Clover's memory might be gone, so that she doesn't know him anymore. Because I think there were a couple lines, but in particular, in the first AB game on the Alice route, Temioji gets betrayed by Clover. They talk about how she doesn't know him, and Temioji acts a little bit weird in response to it, and at one point he even says something like, "Damn, I didn't think it would hurt this much."
Why the hell would I trust some old geezer I just met a few hours ago?
I see. Say no more. Didn't think it'd hurt this much.
Which really leads me to, suspect that he knew her before. He knew she was going to have her memory wiped in preparation for this. And he did not anticipate that that was going to be painful, being in the position of her not knowing who he is anymore. And that explains why he can trust her so unconditionally, and, maybe why he wants her to trust him as well. That bit I'm pretty confident about. It's more of an obscure jump, but I also then wonder about something like the possibility that Temioji is Kei's father, and Clover is his mother. Except there was one picture that showed up that indicated that it may be more likely that the old woman is in fact Kei's mother.
Yeah, I'm also not sure about how, Clover would have a child that old, Kei's age.
Well, when I say mother, what I'm referring to is the figure who moved into the lab, that because Kei referred to her as his mother.
Oh, yeah.
Kei never actually knew who his mother was, and in fact, I suspect Kei doesn't have one, maybe, because Kei is possibly a product of genetic engineering and is just built by his father, his so-called father, who's really just his maker.
With the Clover and Temioji theory, one thing that seems like an issue to me is how does Clover remember Alice then? Because if her memory was wiped, wouldn't it wipe Alice as well? Or at the very least, Alice would might realize Clover doesn't remember more recent things if you think it was a recent wipe.
Well, it might have been a long time ago from before they knew each other. Or alternatively, if the Kei interpretation is even remotely correct, it would imply that Temioji is actually a genetic engineer of great skill. Maybe he knows of a way to selectively wipe the memory. I don't know. That is an interesting one. It's not unworkable as a problem. There are potentially some explanations, but it does make the theory seem a little more far-fetched. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
There is definitely some kind of weird connection
between
Temioji and Clover.
A one-way, memory of each other.
Yeah. Whether or not Clover knows or knew Temioji, Temioji certainly knows her.
Mm-hmm.
And that, damn, I didn't think it would hurt this much line speaks to the idea that Temioji had some inclination of what was going to happen and was, planning for all of this. Now, he did say at an earlier point that or at some point, Zero, he had made a deal with Zero of some kind. Mm-hmm. So maybe that has something to do with it, and that's why Temioji had advanced knowledge. So maybe instead of him being Zero, maybe he wasn't lying about that. Mm-hmm. He and Zero are different people. but I don't know what the nature of the deal they made was, and I guess this might be a partial consequence of that deal?
Yeah, maybe. Also, if you think Tenmyoji knows Clover, do you think he also knows Alice, then?
Well, it's a good point. Tenmyoji is clearly not as friendly with Alice. So he's clearly not as strongly bonded to her as Clover is. But there was that time when Tenmyoji knew about Alice and the Ice Nine, right?
Yeah.
And he said, oh, Clover said something about it. And, immediately the thought was, why would she tell him? Granted, after speaking with Clover, she's not the best at holding secrets. She's really talkative, so it's not surprising that she would let slip on something. But even so,
it's an odd talking point, really.
It's an odd talking point, and he was very sure of it. Like, when they suggested the idea that maybe Clover was messing with him or whatever, he knew that was not the case. So, it would make a lot more sense if maybe he does have more awareness of Alice. Like he knows Clover, but I don't know why he wouldn't be as friendly with her in that case. Because he's very protective of Clover.
Yeah.
But he does not seem to like Alice. But the two of them are good friends. I'm not entirely sure, but I do think Tenmyoji must know Alice, at least of Alice, from before all of this. Somehow. Anyway, that was kind of the extent of my theory crafting based on going back over some of the dialogue from previous episodes.
It is like a good idea just to share it, just because there's a lot of a lot of revelations that happen in this game, so voicing opinions like that is kind of important for figuring out what's going on. Also, because I was able to go back through on the editing, I got a second look at some of those
flashback pictures that show up when Sigma is thinking real hard and trying to go back through things. Specifically, when we got to the first ending where we had to point someone out and say, that person is Zero, or at least that person is the one, with the bombs. Sigma starts thinking about it and he's like, oh, I know from somewhere who has it. And they show a series of flashback images. It went by kind of fast to get on a first go, but when I got a second look at them, one of the images showed Dio holding something in the warehouse. It looked like maybe it could have been something like a detonation device. So I'm thinking that might have been a spoiler, although it seems weird to me that of all the images, you would put an image like that in the flashback, because then if people are quick, they might just know who it is.
Yeah, it is odd.
Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense. So maybe instead of it being a spoiler, maybe that's an unrelated scene, and he's holding something else and it's not a detonator. Or maybe it's a misdirect, because maybe there is a scene where he's holding the detonator device, but, maybe he took it from somebody and that's the scene where he's throwing it to you or whatever so that you can do something with it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he was holding something suspicious in one of those shots. So if he doesn't have the detonator, there is at least a point where he's holding something and it's very important.
Yeah, I'm kind of frustrated at the flashback scenes just because by their very nature they give spoilers if you see them before you actually know how to get to be continued. I think it'd be a lot better if they just showed them when you got the answer.
Or at least you need spoiler-free scenes.
Yeah.
Because if that is a spoiler, that's quite a spoiler. Of course, Dio already looks suspicious as hell, and I already had some idea that Dio might be the one planting the bombs because it seems like he's infiltrated.
Yeah.
And that he is working against Zero.
Yeah.
And so maybe whatever his motivations are, whoever he's working for, he wants to destroy the game and everything. It would make sense if he was the one planting the bombs to do that. All right, then let's go to the AB game, or whatever interrupts us first. We'll just skip through this. 3, 2, 1. Opening up. You found it! I'd like to think we're going to the AB game, but almost certainly something is going to go very wrong. It always does.
Yeah, especially when you start out with the Luna route.
Yeah, this route has generated so many bodies.
An ambidex gate has been opened.
Gosh dang it, Dio, why you gotta be like that?
45
It took
minutes.
Dio a little bit longer than usual. Not a significant amount of time, but usually you're like through the door, or barely through the door or something.
Oh, here's others. Whoa! Did you two just get back?
Yes, we did, but
Then the team that opened the AB gate must have been the ones who went through the blue door.
That would be Luna, Vi, and Dio.
Huh? Wait, you guys went through the green door, didn't you? Then why the hell did you come out of the blue one?
there's an explanation for that. I promise. Just tell me, have any of you seen Quark?
Quark? No, we haven't seen him. Did something happen?
He's gone.
On
Gone?
the other side of the green door, we found a room called the treatment center. We found our key cards and left, but on our way out, he just disappeared.
That's the room with the pods, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if he could already have been stuffed into a pod without them realizing.
Yeah,
Does that imply that one of them did it?
It would be pretty
like-
odd, though, for them to have stuffed him in the pod and not searched them.
I just wonder if, Temioji's back was turned, if Kay could have stuffed Quark into a pod. And then maybe they just assumed he was not in that room. Or at least Temioji did.
Maybe, yeah.
So you went through the blue door to see if he'd gone in there.
No, that's not it. Look at this map.
Yep, they connect around the back.
Tenmyoji was like, there's no time for an explanation, and then Kay's like, here's an explanation.
That's because Kay knows Quark is safely stashed in the pod, so he doesn't care. So he's just like, yeah, let's just sit here and chat about it. I know nothing's wrong. Oh, so you got through the green door and the treatment center. Or you go through the green door and the treatment center, and you eventually end up at the blue door.
It looks like there's a pretty big room in the middle there. What is it?
A warehouse similar to the one on floor A.
In any event, we've spent some time searching, but have been unable to locate Quark.
Huh. Well, maybe he went back to the other floor already.
That is a possibility. I will return and see.
I'm going back through the blue door. Figure I'll take a look at the area Luna and her team were searching.
I'll come with you then. We've got a better chance at finding him with two pairs of eyes.
Right. Thanks. Sorry about all this.
I guess there's nothing for it. I'll help look for him.
Me too.
Then we'll leave floor A to you guys.
Right. Let's go. Come on, Clover.
Right behind you.
Temioji and I headed through the blue door while Alice, Clover, and Kay climbed into the elevator. Well, this really messes with the normal order of things, because we ran into them early.
Yeah, Dio,
So now everybody's all scattered.
we don't know that Dio, opened the door in this route, I guess.
True. It's always him in all the other routes, so I would think so, but...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
this
could be
is-
different.
This is a new room for you, the
Yeah.
PEC.
What is this place?
It looks like a bunch of hazmat suits, probably for protection against viral or chemical agents.
That could have been useful when we first got here. Probably too late now.
Yeah.
So these things keep you from getting sick.
Yeah, that's the idea. We should ask Luna's group about them. They investigated this room first.
Hey, there's another room underneath.
Well, let's have a look then.
Oh, this is a quarantine chamber, isn't it? Damn. He's not here.
Oh, Quark. Where the hell did you go? I should have kept a closer eye on him. If I'd just been watching.
Temioji's face was drawn, and the knuckles of his fists were white. He was an old man, but until then I hadn't realized how old. Suddenly he looked very, very tired. Don't worry about it. I'm sure we'll find him. Come on, let's go try somewhere else. I put a gentle hand on his shoulder and guided him toward the exit. I mean, he's not that old. He took out Dio pretty handily. So this is the Floor B warehouse, huh? It looks just like the other one.
That's pretty close, I'll give you that. Couple differences, though. Have a look over there.
The doors are shining? No way!
Oh my gosh, they're white chromatic doors. We've never seen one of these before.
Yeah. Or more specifically, they radiate white light. Though, how do they do that? Are
I
these
don't know,
chromatic doors? Are these
Maybe
just like
some-
really hot?
It might be some sort of special glow-in-the-dark like paint or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, seems like it. See over here? They've got a box next to them, just like the ones next to the other doors.
I guess they're all white doors this time. We should go
No,
tell the...
First we look for Quark.
But... Look, I don't think he's here. What do you say we head back to Floor A for now? Maybe somebody else has already found him.
All right, let's go.
It's worth checking in. I mean, we have explored everywhere accessible on Floor B. Although knowing what we know now, I'd want to just double check those pods, but...
Yeah. You technically haven't checked the treatment center, and if they didn't find him in the pod and he's in the pod, then they didn't really check the treatment center much,
Yeah.
if at all.
We don't know how thorough they were. They could have made some assumptions. And if K
Yeah.
is the one who stuffed him in there, K may have actively guided them away from it.
Yeah, or checked the pods himself.
Yeah. Dio!
Oh, it's just you. I'm guessing you haven't found Quark? I ran into Clover and Alice in the warehouse up on Floor A. They told me about Quark and how you're all looking for him.
So he hasn't come back to the warehouse?
Nope. Maybe he just went off to ruminate on a solution to this game. Chewing his cud, so to speak.
What?
Well, that's what ruminants do, isn't it?
Hey, this is no time for jokes. You should be out there looking for him too.
Why would I do that? Sounds so boring.
Aren't you worried about him?
Why the hell would I be worried about some kid I've never even seen before?
What?
For all I know, he's Zero Senior. He could be hiding in some swank little cubbyhole, swirling a glass of brandy and gloating. Look at all those fools running around.
I mean, he's not wrong.
That's insane!
Yeah, there's...
What, there's no way? Are you sure? Nobody knows what Zero looks like. He could totally be a kid. I warned you, Tenmyoji. I told you it was a bad idea to just swallow everything that little bastard told you.
I trust Quark.
Suit yourself. Just don't come crying to me when it bites you in the ass.
The air grew thick with tension, but before their tempers managed to set it all light, Phi burst into the room.
Sigma. Good. You've got Tenmyoji and Dio with you. We found something.
Uh-oh.
Come on, all of you.
It's a body, isn't it? Did something happen?
You'll understand when you get there, all right? Now come on.
Where are we going?
The crew quarters.
Oh, yeah. There's only one thing that's ever in the crew quarters.
Well, there's
Poster
been two things.
and corpses.
There's
Yeah,
corpses and
poster.
bombs.
Oh, I guess there's been a bomb, yeah.
Yeah. It hasn't shown up in this Luna side, but it has had bombs, so...
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, it's bodies.
Oh, geez.
No.
What in the world?
So, if this is similar to the previous route, then the previous people who came in here were Clover first with Luna. So, before, Alice was dead. Then, Clover Luna came in here. Clover argued with Luna, left. Then Dio came in, did something, left. Then Kay came in and discovered the body and spent 16 minutes trying to resuscitate Luna.
Yeah.
And then left. So we still haven't worked out what happened here, but the main suspect for killing Luna is Clover, and the main suspect for taking the knife was Dio.
Yeah.
Dio might have killed Alice.
It doesn't show up in the sprite, though, so the knife, we don't know if it's been taken or not.
And of course, the details in this route might be different from what they were in the previous route, so the previous route is a point of comparison, but we'll have to see how similar this is. Still, watch Dio carefully here,
Your bracelet comes off.
because he might have seen this already. There was a roaring in my ears, breathing, heartbeat, but my footsteps sounded muffled, as if I was hearing them through layers of cotton. I pressed a shaking hand to Alice's neck. Her skin was still warm, but the only pulse I felt was my own. Luna was the same. They're dead. Both of them. By then, everyone had arrived, cramming themselves into the small cabin. Nobody spoke. Silence filled the room, flowing into my ears and throat like cold, brackish water. A chill shuddered its way through my body. I stood there, frozen, staring at them. I'd seen a corpse before, when we discovered the old woman, but this was different. The old woman had always been dead, at least to me. But Alice and Luna I had known. They'd been living, breathing people less than an hour ago.
The old woman was dead to me before I even knew her.
Yeah, it's cold, Sigma. Reality settled around my shoulders like a thick lead blanket, and my chest felt suddenly hollow. Who found them? My throat felt dry as I spoke. It was a full minute before someone answered.
Clover, I think.
Oh.
When Kay and I ran over, she was just kind of standing there next to the bodies. It was pretty clear they were both dead.
I think Clover killed them.
Me? Kill them?
You got into a fight with Alice after the AB game, didn't you?
She certainly looks guilty with eyes like that.
Yeah, but she looks like that constantly, which is a bit annoying.
It looked like you two knew each other before you ended up here, so maybe you were trying to get her killed. None of us had any connection to her, which means you're the most likely to have a motive for murder. It's easy to see why she would have killed Luna, too. She probably caught you offing Alice, so you did her in too so she wouldn't rat you out.
Stop it, Dio.
And the AB game is a motive, too.
What do you mean?
Once someone's dead, they can't vote anymore. That means they'll automatically ally. If your opponent's guaranteed to ally, then that's an easy 3 points.
Who was Luna's opponent?
Me and Dio.
Then that would mean Dio had a motive as well.
Yep. Alice saw him killing Luna, so he had to shut her up.
Why the hell would I do something like that?
Pay attention next time. You do it to get an advantage in the next round of the AB game.
What kind of cold-hearted bastard kills a lady for a few points?
I'm more interested in Alice's condition than in her killer's motives.
I am as well.
Yeah, she's got the knife here. What do you mean by her condition? So that means Dio hasn't had a chance to come remove it.
Her clothes are barely disturbed.
If it weren't for the knife and, blood, she would look as if she was sleeping.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, maybe she was just killed while she was sleeping?
I mean, I wouldn't say that she looked like she's just sleeping. That looks like a very uncomfortable position to be sleeping in. Especially when she's sitting across from a bed.
If she wanted to take a nap, why sit on the floor when there's a bed nearby?
See, Kay knows what I mean.
That is a little strange. But a better question is, would she really be sleeping right now anyway? Hardly seems like a time for a nap.
She was probably put to sleep then.
What? How?
Oh, come on. How did Zero Senior knock all of us out?
Oh, yeah. That white gas.
So you're suggesting that Zero Senior knocked them out with the white gas, then killed them both?
Yeah. However it happened, one of the people in this room did it. Well, maybe not one of the people in this room. I forgot about somebody, didn't I?
Are you talking about Quark?
He disappears and then suddenly there's a murder? I don't know about you, but that seems pretty suspicious to me.
Ah, that's crazy. Quark couldn't have done this.
Alright, then why'd he disappear?
Dio is also very quick to throw accusations.
It must have been some kind of accident.
Then I might have it backwards. If he wasn't the murderer, maybe he was one of the murdered. Well, that would explain his sudden disappearance, right?
You son of a bitch.
Dio, knock it off. That's going too far.
Whoa, calm down there, big guy. Don't tell me it never crossed your mind. I just said what you were all thinking.
Ten minutes remain until Ambidex's
That's not a lot of
game
time.
polling closes. All players, if no vote is recorded.
Yep, we have to go vote
All right,
now.
time to head for the AB rooms, guys.
Come on, we've got more important things to worry about.
Oh, so you're gonna abstain, huh? That's some good luck for you, Clover. Sigma was paired with Alice. Sadly, it looks like she won't be able to vote during this round. If Sigma abstains, then you'll have no one voting against you. Hey, come on, cheer up. This is your chance to escape.
Escape?
That's right. Right now, your BP's at 6. Sigma's saying he won't vote, so if you choose betray...
Clover would get 3 points, bringing her to 9.
Whoa, hold on there. I didn't say anything about not voting.
Oh, so you are going to vote? Well, you are, right? How exciting. Sigma should have 6 BP, just like Clover. That means this next round is a one-on-one fight. If one of them can trick the other one, they'll have enough BP to get out of here. Can't wait to see who wins.
How about we just agree to betray?
Oh, this is definitely getting interesting.
Right. We should get to the Flore warehouse, guys. Come on.
Because then I also wonder where everyone else is sitting at.
Well, all of the duos betrayed, so...
Hey, Clover, can you choose ally? We'll be stuck at 6 points if we both choose betray. But if we both cooperate, we'll get 2 points, and then we'll have 8. That means it'll be pretty easy for us to get to 9 in the next round. Clover? Yeah, I don't think she's gonna ally.
Yeah?
I said I want you to choose ally.
Okay. You'll choose ally too, right?
No, I think we should both choose betray, because I don't think we can trust each other to choose ally. Of course. She gave me a strange sort of absent nod and then turned to shuffle into the closest AB room. I wasn't sure if she'd actually understood me, but given the effect that Alice's death was having on her, I didn't think there was much else I could have done. I was preparing to enter an AB room of my own when I heard Phi's voice at my elbow and turned.
Sigma, we need to talk.
Oh, hey Phi. Something up?
How are you planning to vote?
I was just talking to Clover about that. We're planning to both vote ally.
Yeah, I thought so.
Huh?
Listen to me, Sigma. Because Luna's not voting in this round, her vote will default to ally. Her opponent is Dio and me. That means we're pretty much guaranteed to have 9 BP by the end of this round.
You and Dio are going to choose betray.
Luna's only got 1 BP left. But she's not wearing her bracelet anymore. You saw that, right? That means it won't do anything if her BP goes negative. Well, it's not like it can make her any deader anyway.
True.
You have to betray Clover. If you can get to 9 BP, then I'll take you with us.
Wait. You mean you're planning to escape?
Of course. If you don't come with us, you're gonna be stuck here for the rest of your life.
Why? If you just wait until everyone's got 9 BP.
I can't do that. You really think Dio's gonna stick around once he's got enough points to split?
Guard the door.
Yeah,
gotta
or
make a
just
choice here.
force ally. Like, go into the door before Dio.
Yeah.
You've already
Well, that
done
again.
that before, I think.
The number 9 door is only gonna open once. If you pick ally and Clover does too, then you only have 8 points. I promise you Dio's gonna make a break for it as soon as he can. If you want to have any chance of getting out, you need those 3 points. Now.
But I don't want to abandon Clover either. So if I want to get out, I have to betray Clover.
Right.
Why are you telling me this? How do I know you didn't just tell Clover the same thing?
Talk to Clover? I'd have about as much luck talking to a potato right now. The truth is, I want you to come with me.
Why?
I just know that you're important, somehow.
You just know, huh? Did you tell Kay? He's got 6 points right now too, you know.
No, I haven't talked to him. He's playing against Tenmyoji. Tenmyoji's only got 1 point left.
So if he chooses ally, he's gonna get penalized.
Exactly.
1 minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
It's almost time. Remember what I said. You have to choose betray.
She looked me in the eye until I nodded, then turned and jogged to her door. This is the trickiest one yet, isn't it?
Yeah. It seems like this will be the first one to make you actually consider if betraying is the right choice.
Yeah. I mean, there's also the question of what is the right choice and what is the choice that I want to do. Because that's not necessarily the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if there's any other discussion before the button press comes.
There probably will be, because there's not, like, only 1 second left.
Is Clover really going to choose ally? If she does, then all I have to do is choose betray, and I'm out of here. No, I promised I'd choose ally, so that's what I'm going to do. But Dio's almost certainly going to have 9 BP after this round. If he gets out, I'm going to be stuck here forever.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes. 9, 8, 7.
Damn it! What the hell am I supposed to do?
3, 2, 1.
That was a very fast 4 seconds.
Yeah. Alright, so this one is very, very tricky. I really don't want to have to leave Clover in that behind. Now, this is not going to be the good route because people are already dead. So in the end, I don't think either of these routes are going to be, ideally what we want. But for the better route here, I think what really bothers me is the fact that Phi just knows that we're important and stuff. Like that's almost like hinting that maybe she has route information that the betrayal route is important.
Yeah, they've talked a lot about just knowing in the route that hasn't had anyone die in the Alice one.
I feel like the best answer here is to ally. Well, because here's the other thing is I'm pretty sure, I'm very sure that Clover is also going to betray us. Assuming that Clover allied, the best thing would be to ally with Clover and to put Phi on the spot in the untenable position of having to leave us behind.
Well,
and then
she won't really have a choice because Dio is the problem, not Phi.
Unless we can take Dio out, is what I'm thinking. The best course of events here might be Clover and I ally, and then when Dio comes out, we clobber him. And we stop him from going anywhere. And then Phi waits. That would be the ideal course of events. If I had agency, if I was actually in this position, that's the plan I would be starting to, formulate here, which is that, what I need to do is... Yeah. My plan here is, rather than betray Clover, I'm going to clobber Dio, given this knowledge. But I don't know that we have that as an option, unfortunately, because we'll just have to see how the routes play out. I'm pretty confident Clover is going to betray us, because after Luna, or after, well, although it's a good question. After Alice died in previous routes, Clover figured she can't trust anybody. That's the logic by which I'm going to say she's probably going to betray. Once Alice is dead, she'll have no trust. On the other hand, the argument is that she probably killed Luna, thinking that Luna killed Alice because of the whole switching rooms thing.
Yeah.
Unless our understanding of what happened there, particularly in this route, is just completely wrong. That might be the case. So that's hard. But if Clover is going to betray us... Well, the interesting thing is if Clover is going to betray us, then we're screwed either way, aren't we? Because if we betray her, we're just going to end up with the same points we have now, which is still not getting us through that door. And if we ally, we're just getting her out the door.
Yeah, that could change things, though, if we let her get through.
So the real question here is which one of these is going to be the short route and which one of these is going to be the long route. I feel like the short route is we ally with her. She's going to betray us, and that's going to give her the points. And then that's going to affect them being able to get out the door. And I think if we betray, we're both going to get stuck. And then maybe clobbering Dio is the answer. I don't know.
It's funny to only just hear you talking about the second round now when, I basically always thought about it this hard.
Every decision you've
yeah, not necessarily this long, but definitely it took a lot more than just I'll ally, because that's the right choice in theory.
Yeah, I'll ally because lol game. Yeah.
That's how I managed to like predict most of the routes, which I didn't always get the reason why correct, but I did always, except for the K vote last time, like get the right choice in my head.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, so that is my current thinking on it, on what's going to happen in the different routes and how this might play out. But we'll make the actual decision about which route to explore first next time. In the meanwhile, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all then. Bye.
Bye.